Ja, nee. Mhm. Hallo. Cheers. Hello. Hello. Camera. Hi.
Hello,
Hi,
how are you
Amanda.
doing?
Fine, thanks. I'm on vacation, so I must be good.
That's good to hear. How were the holidays for you the last few days?
Yeah, everything goes smoothly, let's say, family and friends.
I'm glad to hear it. Is it snowing over there? What's the weather like?
No, we have not seen snow for a lot of years back in our
Really?
history. Yeah, yeah. Usually it drops a few flakes now and there, and the other day actually the snow melts. So not that much snow lately.
That's a shame. But maybe
Yeah,
mild weather is okay.
yeah. Well, I don't like snow in town because it's a lot of Um, I cannot. I don't know how you say it on English, but that melted snow, and it's all muddy, and
Yeah,
it's not for walking over the town. I like the snow though, especially in the mountains and skiing.
indeed. It's kind of like you have to have it like really, really good, or in between is just no fun. I fully agree.
Yeah, yeah.
And over the last few days, I don't suppose you've taken too much time, of course, to consider fresh books, or the follow-up call that we were going to have. And yet, at the same time, we did, of course, have a chat before.
Yeah.
I shared with you more information, and I just wanted to see, has there been any like follow-up questions you have, or any follow-up thoughts or concerns that you have that you'd like to address?
No, actually, no. I tried to gather some intel on FreshBooks and to see how it's to be working in FreshBooks, especially here in Croatia. And I didn't get any bad news, so that's a good start.
Okay, glad to hear it. So if there's no other questions, what I'd like to do then, and I was actually, I would say turn around the tables where first you could ask me a lot of questions. I will ask you a lot of questions today.
Yeah, shoot.
Great.
Well, by the
Well,
way, you have a lot of snow. I heard that United. I'm not I'm not sure if this is anyway connected with Canada, but U.S. is having a hard time currently. It does not affect Canada. You always have a lot of snow, right?
so I'm actually based in Netherlands, and here
Ah,
we
you're
have
in
way more of a
Netherlands. Oh,
yeah.
I don't know how I connected to that you're from in Toronto or in headquarters. Somehow I connected with.
Yeah, that's fine.
We didn't speak about that. Where are you coming from? So, but I
That's a
see.
bit difficult to tell from my background as well, but I guess even though in my house you would
Yeah,
not
but
know where my house is.
you're
Um,
Canadian, right? Or
no,
American?
I'm Dutch.
Ah, you're Dutch. And
Yeah.
you have a perfect this American accent, and now I see the surname, and now I connected all the dots.
It's fine.
Okay.
I grew up for 13 years abroad. So I grew up in Singapore, then I went to England. It's caused a lot of confusion in my accents, but it also means that my English is better than my Dutch anyway.
Yeah, you have a perfect American accent, and that's actually what's confused me, to
That's
be
so
honest.
strange. Some people will say it's American, other people will say it's Irish, other people will say it's English or Dutch. Like
Yeah,
it's
well, English it's not. English it's not. I have a bunch of English friends, and you're definitely not having this British English accent. That of that I'm sure, and I have some Scots I know of, and you're not sounding like Scot or Irish. But American accent definitely from my side.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
What I'd like to get into, Nenad, if you don't mind, is to actually go back into your current situation, really.
Yeah.
Like I said in the last call, I know that it's not that you're looking actively into a new opportunity. You were very carefully open to hearing more about this. But if we really were to look at your personal situation, you have joined Amodo, well, under a year ago.
Hmm.
So in realist, like how ready or open would you be to really making a move? Or would you say here, well, it's all great to learn more about each other, and if there's a great fit, I'd love to keep that in mind for the future, but I'm just not ready or open to considering leaving because it's only 9 months in.
Yeah, well, I will be open as always. So that would be the second thing to be honest. Currently, I'm on a position of CTO. Okay,
Mhm.
and by the things that we were talking initially, I figure out that this position currently you are actually looking for to fill in is somehow a level below than I'm currently working, and this is giving me actually a bit of concern because I don't have or need or any kind of a need to step in a career one step down, and but anyway, as I said, talking and conversation about new opportunities does not cost anything, and you never know when the situation changes, and I think that people should be open to any new opportunities in terms of progressing forward, especially in competencies or giving um, um, giving their 5 cents to someone who can evaluate and um, who will value these efforts and knowledge and experience. I'm in IT business for 21 years, and I started as a junior developer 21 year ago. At that point, when I started, I was already working as a freelancer, and I was quite well fit for any company in Croatia. But this is where, let's say that those times were very difficult, especially in Croatia, because of um, money flow to this country. There were no many companies in Croatia that were doing real software development, and this is something that is really a joy of my life. I spend a lot of my spare time to focus on software development procedures, processes, and everything else. And here I see myself more fit than in the companies that are doing integration or some kind of changes in software that is actually not their own. So this is something that I don't like, and I don't like the focus on that part, and because of that I have spent a lot of years in my background to focus on product development, everything around the product. In one point of a time, I was working multiple roles actually in smaller companies just to cover a lot of things, since the companies did not have that much knowledge or experience in software development, and that was actually giving me broader knowledge how and what needs to be done in when you want to have MVP, what to do with this MVP further, how to plan product development, what are the main things that you need to involve, how to involve the whole team in the concept of product development, etc. So this is something well, I started with IT in fifth grade of grammar school when I first got my PC. Well, not PC, but it was Commodore 64. But very soon after that, I got my first PC, and when I'm telling today engineers what kind of specs my first PC had, it's like, okay, and how big was that? It's very funny to talk about those past days. So this is how I chose my career path, and I like it because I see this. I see people working in product development as an artist. Our everything connected with software development is in most cases is connected with very smart people overcoming a lot of different obstacles, especially when they're doing innovative solutions. They don't know what are the problems and what kind of a problems they will need to tackle. And you know, this is something that I actually have a real joy working with, especially with junior staff, which thinks they know everything. But it's my pleasure and joy to work with that kind of people and um, transfer my knowledge and experience to them during brainstorming sessions and helping them to solve and cope with the problems they need to tackle.
Understood. So I'm glad to kind of hear the things that you're very interested in. Are there specific things that you still hope to achieve in your career, or any things that you're very passionate about that you'd like to continue doing?
Uh, hmm. Yeah, well, yeah, I really don't know. You know, I've been working in a corporate environment also 3 years, and I was resolving all the issues that corporate environment sometimes brings. Um, but somehow, I see that if I do not have enough impact on um, strategic course of action, then things do not tend to end well. Well, I feel left out, and I don't like that because I don't say that I'm always right, but I would rather do things and learn on mistakes that happen. I think that every single person will at certain point of a time make a mistake, but the most important thing is to learn on those mistakes and learn fast and change course of action accordingly, and incorporate this course of action tends to be very slow.
Understood. So obviously you'd like to work, like you said, on a very like strategic role where the influence has bigger impact across the company.
Yeah,
And you're also looking to preferably work within a more fast-paced environment, within a more product-oriented company. Would
yeah.
you say that those are the most important things to you, or does anything else come to mind?
Well, no, no. It's very difficult to say. If something else pops on my mind. As I said, I've been in 21 years. I've been included in enterprise solutions. In most of those enterprise solutions, I was the lead architect of the general idea. Some of those solutions are currently still being used. The current situation is that I really don't need to switch or look for a job. I like the current position. It gives me this technical power, let's say, to judge and steer the boat in the right direction. Of course, I have senior staff, which uh, which is the most valuable asset currently on my position, and I liked what I'm doing currently and trying to do to create a person that will be capable of taking my place somewhere in the future, let's say.
And with all of this, I think I had mentioned to you in our last call as well that this nature of this role is very much related to the people management of, the teams. When you speak about things like technical power, they're really not extended into you in this role. So I'm just trying to wonder here as well, being completely honest, right?
Hmm?
What makes you interested actually in this opportunity with FreshBooks? Or would you say that maybe overall it's interesting to keep in touch with FreshBooks, but this particular role of engineering manager does not really meet all of the things that you find important if you were to spend time on it.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. And well, I don't know what to add to what you've said actually. Uh, the thing is that lately I have the cloud computing is something that is the future. We stepped in in that course, and this and a lot of things will change in the matter of next few years. The corporate software engineering is still, especially in finance niche, is still focused on bare bone servers and on-prem solutions, which is something that is actually not something that I'm interested in anymore. I see this FreshBooks as a good opportunity to work with people who are familiar with the cloud computing, CI/CD pipeline, etc. And this is something that is very interesting part for me from technical perspective. In terms of social competencies, I still think that I have things to learn. I think that we are learning all our life, and we need to strive for environment which is productive in that sense.
Understood. Um, Well, with that, I just wanted to get your thoughts then on whether you think that it makes sense to move forward in learning more about each other, but then in the context of this particular role. Because the last thing I would want to do is
Hmm.
to kind of, take more hours of your time,
Hmm.
ultimately get to a position where we have this role that we said that we have available and nothing else.
Hmm.
That you end up saying, well, I kind of knew from the start that this is not really the fit. Even though overall, FreshBooks as an organization, I can see why it's interesting for you. But on your day to day, I think it's also important that you have the level of power, challenge, and kind of impact in the organization that you want. And I also agree that that would be at a very different level than what it is that you're used to and you've already built kind of credibility to do in other organizations. So I suppose it's for you to kind of like weigh out, right? What's it worth to me?
Mm.
I'm it sounds to me like this might be a bit too restrictive for you, a bit too minimalist, the role in itself.
Yeah, to be honest, now when we start talking about it, and I think that you're right. You know, maybe you jump in and contact me maybe in a totally wrong time, to be honest, and I didn't have a lot of time to think uh, a lot about it. Um, well, uh, that's it. You know.
I think there is never a wrong conversation or wrong timing to talk to each other. But as you learn a bit more, right? And that's also where
Yeah.
my question would
Yeah.
come to you. You start sharing a bit more about what's important to you and what we would want for you and you would want for yourself is that you, if you consider moving somewhere else, that you can
Mm.
fully be yourself, that you're fully getting as much out of it as that we will get out of it as well.
Mm.
And at the moment, like I say, I've spoken to well, thousands and thousands of people and had a lot of different conversations. I'm very much about just trying to echo, well, what's important to you here, and being honest and saying that maybe we can or cannot meet that. So that's why I just wanted to bring it back to you. And it doesn't mean that it's a waste. It means that probably we should keep in touch. But maybe for next year, review what kind of opportunities are available then.
Yeah.
And equally looking more at more maybe senior positions
Mm.
or positions with a wider scope of responsibilities than the one that we're currently looking to fill.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe that would be the better way of things. How to do it. You know, you never know actually what the future will bring. So it's good to have a contact and to see what will happen in the next year. Who knows?
Indeed.
Yeah.
And I personally won't be working here anymore at FreshBooks because I'm a contractor. I was on a temporary assignment,
Oh.
but I'll be for sure letting my recruitment colleague know in Croatia
Hmm.
to keep you in mind for future contact. So it might be 6 months later or so, or 12
Yeah.
months later,
Sure.
that someone might reach out from FreshBooks just to see how you're doing.
Yeah. Sure. Sure. That would be perfect. Uh, Please don't be angry on me, and don't look at this as wasting your time. It was not my
No, I don't
intention
see it
at
that way
first.
either. Again,
Yeah.
it's not like a certainty that these kind of conversations will result into us officially working together, right? Usually the chances are very small in that, but these are small little stepping stones. You've learned a bit more about FreshBooks. We learn a
Yes.
little bit more about what interests you. And maybe in the future that actually will amount to a partnership that's agreeable with both sides. But for now, what it is that we have to offer, it doesn't sound like it's right for you.
Yeah.
So the
No.
best we can do is keep in touch.
Yes. Sure. Sure. That would be perfect. Well, anyway, Amanda, thank you for your time.
Likewise, Nina, thank you for sticking around and taking the time to learn more about us. If you
Yes.
also happen to see anything coming online or have any questions down the line, like feel free to contact us, right?
Yes.
We're still open to answer any questions from your end. And yeah, from like I said, keep in touch otherwise.
Yes. Cool.
All
Thank
right.
you, Amanda.
Have
Bye
a great
bye.
day. Bye.
You too. Bye.